Hello everybody and welcome to this week's talk. This is the Gaming Lawyer giving you this week's lecture, as I just repeated myself twice, but whatever. I do this all in one go because I'm terrible at editing. So, as you can tell from the title, today is going over the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Rating Board. Now, those of us who play video games, which I'm sure is almost everybody watching this, plus maybe a few other people who don't. It is a rating system that was created in 1994 in order to create a easily understood rating for parents. Now, the rating is in two forms. There's the age-based categories, and there is concise and impartial information regarding the content in the game. Now, this was created through consulting with child development psychologists, academic experts, looking at other rating systems around the world, as well as researching what parents wanted to know. Now, as you know from last week's discussion, we were going over Mortal Kombat at the Supreme Court. This came about because of that. Parents were afraid that children were getting too violent at video games too easily. So the ESRB came about in order to allow parents to know what game their child's about to play, what is recommended for that child to play, as well as to prevent stores from selling games to children under the age. Now, while that's there is one small caveat about the ESRB that really is its biggest downfall. Parents can buy the game. Anyone over the age can buy the game. Therefore, a parent can buy their child Grand Theft Auto, which is rated M for mature, which means you have to be 18 or over to buy it. But a parent can buy it and give it to their 5-year-old kid. How is that supposed to be helping prevent kids from accessing this violent content? Well, it doesn't, because not all parents are as concerned about this. And if one parent's doesn't really pay attention, little Timmy says, "Mom, I want Grand Theft Auto 7. Which, yes, I know is not out. I'm not an idiot. I'm being sarcastic right now. But if Timmy's like, "Mom, buy me Grand Theft Auto 7. Mom's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever. Here you go." Plays the game. Mom comes in. It's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm shooting a hooker, Mom." It's like, "Why are you playing this game?" Goes and, demands their money back and, gets all uppity. It's like, "Why didn't you warn me?" It's like, "Ma'am, the rating's right here. You just didn't read it." It's like, it's one of those things where it's just like, stupid people are as stupid people are. So, really, that's the general overview of the ESRB. So, who decides these ratings? Well, the ESRB raters are adults who have experience with children, either current or before, or through like past parents, current parents, educators, maybe psychologists, that type of thing. They're not advanced gamers or really do gaming in general, but they play test these games in order to figure out the determination for what it should be. Further, nobody knows who these ESRB raters are in order to prevent, undue influence and all those things. So, what they look for in these games is the most extreme content in the final product. So, like violence, language, sexuality, gambling, alcohol, tobacco, drug reference, as well as, looking at something from the whole, like, the game's context with the storyline, the setting, the objectives, and the frequency of the extreme content. So they take both of those factors in order to give them that rating, as in like E for everyone, T for teens. Oh, I forgot everyone 10 plus, which means you have to be over the age of 10. Mature is 17 plus. And then there's adult only, which looks like it's 19 plus. So, you know, it's all of that. And then I'll just bring up one more little story from back in my law school. We were studying the First Amendment as, you know, freedom of speech, freedom of press, you know, Congress can't, you know, prevent someone from doing something. And we were discussing, like, movies, TV shows, video games, and things. And someone says, why can video game stores prevent children from buying a mature game? Because under the, you know, First Amendment, Congress can't prohibit somebody from, you know, purchasing something, and unlike, like, pornographic material, video game is considered an art and has value to society versus pornography, which doesn't, which is why Congress can limit children buying pornography, but they can't limit video games. So, in essence, her question boiled down, why is this a legal thing? There was about 2 minutes of silence in a class of over 100 people because nobody understood what the ESRB was. And me, being my super shy, hate bringing attention to myself, finally raised my hand when the professor said, I don't actually know. And then he called on me, it's like, yes, and I said, because the video game association, companies, all of them, have the ESRB, which they voluntarily made in order to prevent Congress from enacting these laws, and decided that we will self-censor our own content in order to prevent somebody who does not understand what they are doing from censoring it for us. So in essence, they are telling, you know, Amazon, GameStop, Walmart, Target, all these places that sell video games, they're telling them, if they're under this age for this rating of a game, do not sell it for fear of losing your license to sell our video games. So it's not the government saying, you're 10, you can't play Mortal Kombat 10. It's Congress is like, you can buy it if you want, we don't care. Video game companies, however, say you cannot buy this without your parents' permission and your parents buying it for you. So, I mean, there's really there's not much else to really say about this. So that was this week's quick little discussion on the ESRB. Next week will be something a bit more detailed, a bit more interesting, and everything. So thank you all for dropping by for this week's little podcast. I hope you enjoy whatever gameplay I decide to record within the next few days before I put it up. And yeah. Until the next time, everybody. Oh, right. I forgot. In the last episode, I didn't put a disclaimer. Let me put a disclaimer in right here. If you have any legal questions, go see a practicing attorney in your area. Anything I say is not legal advice. It is my opinion. It is through my experience, which may not be similar to yours. Do not use what I say in the course of your legal issues. So, that is the disclaimer. This has been the Gaming Lawyer. Thank you for dropping by this week, and I hope to see you all next week. Bye-bye.